How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to TheBlueShifting, and welcome back to Legend of Heroes Trails in the Sky. So, heads up, this is going to be an interesting episode recording, because, I've kind of been working on things, but I've been having a nasty cold. It thankfully hasn't crippled my voice, but it makes it scratchy and difficult. I've been coughing a lot, and my nose is mostly stuffed up, and so I'm going to be probably relying on cough drops to get through this, and I might end up stopping halfway through. We'll see. I really want to make sure I can get this episode out and make it on time, but, you know, circumstances being what they may, we'll just have to see. I think I can do it, especially if it's not going to be super, like, time-consuming, which I think is going to be... It sounds like it's at least on the front end going to be a lot more, like, about, like, story and character dialogue, and so while that makes a lot of work for my voice, which, you know, in this case actually could be challenging because of, like, the state of things, but... on the other hand, it also means recording might not be as long, which will benefit me and kind of working with how I'm feeling. So hopefully it won't be too long, but that's pretty much it. We won the tournament. It was fantastic. We made a ton of money. Holy crap, we made a ton of money at the end. But yeah, we're pretty much kitted out, and I realized, unfortunately, that with Oliver gone, we no longer have a healer, and if all my orbs aren't back... it might mean we get to meet up with him, but they are back. I might reorganize my orbs a bit and try and make sure we have a healer on the team. Because that's pretty critical to make sure we can do. You know, I mean, more so even than some of the DPS. Obviously, it's better to have the full spread, but healing is really important, as we proved in the last fight. Which, by the way, thanks for all your support and your kind words. Yeah, it does sound like there's more intense fights to come, which is kind of terrifying, but at the same time... I think that my plan went shockingly well, and I was very pleased with how it all played out at the end, so thank you for that. I don't know how much longer we've got, because now the tournament's over, I think we're pretty much sprinting for the true finale at this point, where just whatever's going to happen is going to happen, so I imagine this is the beginning of the true insanity, so the fight's probably going to get harder from here. Let's hope I manage okay, but we'll have to see. Thank you so much for being here. Let's get started, shall we? Alright. We got Joshua as the stand-in healer. I think we're ready to go. Nothing else to do there. We've explored everything in the underground. I think we can. So, I guess as long as I feel like we're kind of ready, like I'll probably go top us off with some food, and then I guess we'll just go. Here we go. The music. Oh man, I'm like nervous. I'm so nervous. My gut's all like barbly. Oh, we're going to the castle already. Just to remind you, since we're going to be staying there after the party, we won't be able to leave until morning. Not just yet. Okay, I guess I'll look. I feel like we're all set. Like, I can't think of anything that I need. I'm as equipped as I can be. I mean, if it's just the three of us, yeah, I think we're good. Okay, because I can't think of anything that we need. Like, I even stocked up on, like, cooking stuff, and, I don't think I even need to, like, worry about, like, making any, like, specific... I guess I could make some specialty eggnog. Yeah, I think we're ready. Well, let's show the gatekeeper our invitations then. I don't know why I'm so nervous. I don't know, I know why. Probably because we don't get invitations to big events like this very often. Hey, this is the castle of Her Majesty the Queen. Unless you have official business here, you need to leave. Hey. Hi there. We're sorry about the other day. Oh, it's you two. You're still staying in town? Yeah, we have some business to take care of. We have a formal invitation, so by your leave, may we pass? A formal invitation? Received directly from His Grace. What? It's a giant! See, right here, written invitation. Hand over invitation. Let's see. To Zin and his team, in appreciation for your performance in the competition, you are cordially invited to a dinner party. Oh, okay. You guys were in the martial arts competition. Right, and I heard the winning team was led by a huge Eastern guy. So is that you? You got it. We would greatly appreciate your help. Makes sense. The head maid told us you'd be coming. You're missing someone. What happened to him? It's kind of impolite, I know, but it doesn't look like he's going to be able to make it. We're the only ones coming. Well, that's a pity. No matter, please go in. Yes, entrance secured. Now entering, Zin and company victors of the martial arts competition. Open the gate. Come on, don't choke up on me. Here we go. Wow, it's like the Hawken Gate, but there's something more impressive about it being part of a castle. I bet it's more solid too, since it's the royal castle. That's part of why it's impregnable. Ever since the nation was established, no enemy has ever broken through the Anberg Wall. The capital has been ravaged by war numerous times as a result of mutinies and insurrections among the nobles. But even then, the castle held a rebel army at bay and protected the royal family and the refugees. Oh, so the story says. Wow, that's pretty neat. Very much the sort of tale one would expect from a nation with such history. Now, welcome Her Majesty's to Her Majesty's Gransel Castle. Right on in, you'll be met with a welcoming party inside. Enjoy your evening. I am so sorry, the coughing's not gonna go away. It is pretty in here, wow. It's also horrifically huge. Look at that. Whoa! You could say that again. I've never seen anything that compares to this place. It's not just pretty, it's got history. I can really feel the traditions and rules of the old kingdom here. Welcome to Gransel Castle. You are Zin and his team, correct? Oh. Captain Amalethea. It isn't really unexpected, but even so... That's right. We come at the invitation of the good Duke. And, you are? Pardon me. I am Captain Kanoe Amalethea of the Intelligence Division here at Gransel Castle's defense. I would like to extend my heartfelt congratulations for your championship victory. Watching the match was truly a spectacular experience. You are too kind, really. And may I say, I didn't know they made a woman as young and pretty as you into captains. You must do fine work. My, but you are the flatterer. But I'm not so young as you bracer friends. Estelle and Joshua Bright. It's been some time since the incident in Zeiss, hasn't it? Yeah, I guess it has. Quite some time. Unfortunately, the matter concerning Professor Russell is yet to be resolved. It appears he and his granddaughter were abducted by a group of nefarious individuals. You wouldn't happen to know anything about that, would you? I'm afraid not. We left that case up to the full-fledged bracers and came to Gransel. We never even heard of the follow-up report. I see. That's truly a shame. Well, within the resources of the Intelligence Division, it's only a matter of time before the culprits are arrested. Have no fear on that score. What the heck's with her? Understood. We trust you'll take care of the professor. Oh, absolutely. Now, we must show you to your rooms. Shea, would you please do the honors? Yes, ma'am. See to their needs, but do not bore them with any idle chatter. Do I make myself clear? AKA, don't talk to them. Yes, ma'am. I understand. Very good. Now, everyone, hope you'll enjoy your evening. For my part, I must bid you farewell. Now, I can't remember, is she the head maid or not? I kind of don't think so. Now that is one fine woman. I hate to say this, Zin, but your taste in women's crap. There's nothing fine about that fox-faced harpy. I think that might just be his favorite type of women. I just tend to find that women like that turn out to be pretty good people once you peel back a few layers. Interesting, because he also was really taken with the Royal Guard Academy. He likes warrior women, I think. I think he just likes strong women. I gotta admit, I can't deny I'm of a similar feel. Zin and I are spirit kin, I think, except he's also way more competent than I am. So to speak. You're helpless. Not that it matters, but you really do sound like a dirty old man sometimes. On my honor. Sorry about that. You were supposed to show us to our room, right? Yes, please allow me. Pardon me not saying before, but I am Shea, the maid here at the castle. I'll be at your service this evening for the dinner party until morning. If anything is not to your satisfaction, please don't hesitate to let me know. Thank you very much. Will you please show us to the room then? Certainly. It's on the 2nd floor. We had to find the Head Maid, but we have time. Hopefully. Good grief, this place is so big! Oh my gosh. Like, it looks like you could hold a ball in this, and I think it's literally just the front room. I don't think it's even like the ballroom. Oh, wow! Get a load of the chandelier! Talk about classy! Hush, Estelle. What's the way? What's that way? That's the throne room. Her Majesty uses it to receive personal guests. It hasn't seen much use in recent days, though. I see. But the Queen's condition... Is the Queen's condition really that bad? Isn't the birthday celebration coming up soon? Oh, no. It's just that it's the Head Maid who tends to keep her in the royal keep of late. I shouldn't speak on subjects about which I'm unfamiliar. Come then, shall we? So even in the palace, there's just not a whole lot of good information. Oh, how many freaking chandeliers does this place have? This is the room where you'll be staying. Please go on in. Okay. Pardon us. Oh, look at that. Holy strigas! I never imagined we'd stay in a place like this. Nice. This will make a good story for later. I believe there's still some time before the party. You are free to explore the castle, but the security areas are off limits. I ask you to refrain from entering those areas. Can you be a little more specific? Most significantly, the royal keep, where the queen resides. It's a small palace of sorts, but a grand terrace on the roof. Garden terrace? That sounds nice. The terrace is where Her Majesty greets people of Grancel from during the birthday festivities. So you cannot go into the royal keep itself, but you may visit the garden terrace if you like. As for the other restricted areas, there's the royal guard room and the treasury, I believe. The royal guard room? I guess they still wanted for questioning about all the terrorist stuff. Yes, the intelligence division is currently occupying it. Entrance is restricted, so please abide by the rules. Understood. By the way, what are the others who were invited doing? They're already arrived. I imagine they're relaxing in their respective rooms. All right. So Major Claus is here too. Oh yes, he arrived some time ago. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'll be off. If you need anything, please. If you need anything else, please contact the first floor waiting room. Now then. Estelle and Joshua exchange a look that went unnoticed by Zin. Hey, Zin! We want to go walk around the castle for a little bit. We'll be back in time for the party. It must be nice being so young. I'm worn out after the tournament. No problem. Have fun. Me, I'm gonna kick back and relax in this oh-so-luxurious room. We need to get as much done as we can before the party starts. First, Julia tells us we have to talk to the Head Maid Hilda. I'd like to say hello to the other invitees, too. We likely know most of them. Alright, we're inside. Okay. Let's see if we can get to... Oh, yeah, here's all the other rooms. Wow. No, this is like a study? A super study? What the fetch? Or like a library. Oh, a library. What are these people doing in the... What are the people at the intelligence division up to? Taking important documents without official permission. Yeah, that's interesting. Hello! It's the Academy guy. Oh, Joshua and Estelle, you made it. It's been quite a while. Dean Collins? You were invited to the banquet as well, sir. I just arrived today via airship from Rouen. A little mayoral birdie told me you two won the tournament. Jill and everyone else will be so happy to hear it. Thank you. I had no idea we'd be seeing you here, Dean Collins. Dean Collins is a member of the Royal Assembly and a man of great respect in Liberl. It's only fitting he be given a seat at this banquet. A man of great respect, he says. You flatter me, Mayor. What's the Royal Assembly? a meeting held once per year to address matters affecting the kingdom. The Queen, mayors of every city, and other representatives all come together to try solving various problems of state.
Wow, sounds big. So, all these guys have been invited here tonight too?
No, I'd say only about half. Her Majesty is still ill, and General Morgan is away on official military business. And Mayor Dalmore of Rouen was arrested in that nasty affair. And Professor Russell. He is a bit too entrenched in too many unknowns right now. We don't know how true all this talk is of Royal Guardsmen being involved in some underground terrorist organization. It's hardly the time to be holding a feast at all, if you ask me. Well, we can use the chance to see where Duke Dundon stands on these issues. We need his permission to have an audience with Her Majesty regardless. Yes, that's the biggest issue here, without a doubt. Barring us from seeing Her Majesty is the height of idiocy and mismanagement. I would like to pay my respect to Princess Claudia as well, but it's the same story.
Princess Claudia, the Queen's granddaughter, right?
Does she live here in the castle? No, it's under my understanding her actual residence is elsewhere. But I'm told she comes to the capital as of a few days ago.
She's here then. I'd really love to meet her.
I'm sure you'll have a chance. Good. I hope so. I am interested, since she's going to be such a major player in this whole thing. Poor girl. Just caught up in the middle of stuff that she probably has nothing to do with. But it is odd that, like, I don't know. I guess it isn't odd. We've been meeting new people everywhere. It'd be kind of funny, like, what if she was like, oh. I was about to say, what if she was like the mayor of, Bowes, but I think that's her right here.
Mayor Maybell.
And Leela.
Joshua, Estelle. Ah, here at last. I kept wondering when you'd get here. I was practically counting the seconds.
I like Mayor Maybell. She's still one of my top characters, honestly. I just love her character, her, like, personality.
So, you're invited here too, Mayor? Hey, wait! You were waiting for us! How did you know we were coming? I heard from Mayor Klaus. I heard about a pair of children who entered the tournament, won the championship, and were invited to the Grand Royal Banquet in the castle. If I'd known, I would have cancelled my appointments and come to cheer you on. Begging your pardon, ma'am, but that would have been quite impossible given the circumstances. Yes, I'm aware. I'm trying to be polite. Don't worry. I know how busy you must be. I'm sure the Queen has no time to waste on the banquet, but with everything else going on, what is Duke Dunnan thinking? The captain was so stubborn about inviting me too. I had no real choice but to accept. Uh-oh, wait a minute. Who's the captain? Do you mean Captain Malethia? Yes, that's her. Oh, no. Yeah, nope. See, I thought it was the Duke that had invited everybody, but if she invited everybody, then that means there is something going down. Her words were polite enough, but she gave me an evil eye while she spoke. I dared not refuse her request. I haven't heard from Grant General Morgan in quite some time. Wait, does that mean... You haven't heard any word from the Hacken Gate. The General's unavailable is the longest message I've been able to wring from them. It would seem he's busy with these anti-terror countermeasures or what have you. I had hoped he'd be in attendance at the banquet tonight, but I guess he couldn't pull himself away. Uh-oh. Hacken Gate. If Hacken Gate's shut down completely, it might be full compromise right now. Not even by just the Intelligence Division. The Intelligence Division might have opened it to the Empire, allowing them to slip into the kingdom. If they were trying to stage, like, a war, that'd be a good way to do it. What do you think about all of this, Mayor? Pulling mayors from every city at the same place at the same time like this? Well, if the Queen were to be in attendance, I would expect some announcement of no small importance. But as it is, this feels like the Duke has too much time on his greasy, chubby hands. He's letting the position of royal proxy go to his head. That sounds about right. But there might still be some kind of official announcement, don't you think? Well, whatever may come of the night, the Grand Chief is here at the best the Grand Chef here is the best in all the kingdom. I plan to enjoy the dinner, pay my respect to Her Majesty, and return to Bowes post-haste. Remember how I said I was feeling a little nervous? I'm feeling very nervous now. The stage is really being set for something real nasty. Really nasty. This is the throne room, right?
Alright, lots of decorations, more and more chandeliers, the chair. How much you want to bet this is a fake door, like a secret passage escape route? I'm like 90% sure this thing goes away. Like, it's not like there's an odd texture or anything about it. I'm just guessing. It's if I had an emergency exit for the queen, I would put it, like, I'd put at least one right behind her throne. Because then they could shut the door and then skedaddle as quick as possible. Now, what's over here? More guest rooms? Probably. Empty ones. Oh! Ah, I was hoping I might get something interesting on that letter, but no. Oh, hello. This is a place to talk. Please come right in. For drinks, we have anything you can think of, be it alcoholic or non-alcoholic. Okay, I was gonna try and order something, but I guess I can't. Alright, so yeah, this is literally just a sitting and waiting room, but there's nothing going on in it. Wow, yeah, this palace feels creepily empty at the same time. Oh, hello. Estelle, Joshua.
Mr. Murdoch, I thought you might be here.
With merely class individuals on the guest list, we had a feeling you might also be in attendance. I must say, I've never expected you two to win a tournament championship and end up hobnobbling in Gransel Castle. Cassius's kid to the bone, you are.
I took more of it took more than our upbringing to get here. Lots of people helped along the way.
So it's been a few days. Have there been any developments? Well, right after you left for Capital, Captain Malethia from the Intelligence Division came knocking. She forced me to come to this banquet, but I kept my mouth shut about Lestian Fortress. Professor Russell and company are still on the run, too. Army hasn't found him yet. But the longer we keep this up, the less chance they have. It's really only a matter of time. I asked Captain Malethia if I could see Her Majesty and wish her well, but no luck. Was flat out refused. So in other words, we definitely aren't going to be able to do this the easy way.
We sure aren't. But don't worry, because we've totally got that covered.
We will get the professor's message to Her Majesty one way or another. Oh, fetch. Again, he was forced here. She essentially did the sweet, like, killing me with her eyes threatening. Ooh, look at this. Holy crap. This isn't a terrace, this is the whole ceiling of the castle.
Oh wow, check that out. This must be the castle's garden terrace.
I'd say so. You can see the whole lake from here, and it overlooks the town too. Must be great for reconnaissance.
As nice as this is, we really don't have time to stop and enjoy it. We've got a job to do.
Maybe later, Estelle. Maybe later. This does seem like a suitably romantic location, especially if there had to be fireworks. If I know my Japanese tropes, we're gonna have fireworks before the end of this. And this is where she would speak. So this is where she would give her, like, speech to the people. Let's see if there's anything else of note up here. Just big, flat areas and occasional trees. Interesting.
Oh!
It must be the royal keep. Oh, okay. Yeah, I guess that would make sense up here. Hello, guys. Who are you? Hey, you too.
We're here as guests of the Duke.
Is this where Her Majesty lives? Of course it is. But for the last few days, she hasn't been feeling so well. She's not seeing anyone right now.
Oh, you've got it all wrong. We weren't even thinking that. I just thought it would be amazing if she were even to take notice of us.
Did Princess Claudia sleep here as well? No, it's just... Hey! The princess is focused on looking after Her Majesty. Neither of them has time to deal with the likes of you.
Might I inquire as to what's going on here?
Madame, we didn't know you were back already. This must be the head maid.
The dinner party will be starting soon, so I will be returning to the maid's quarters. And who are our guests?
They're from the team that won the martial arts competition. It's only because of their victory that someone of the Bracer's social standing would even be invited here. Rude!
A Bracer social standing? Such discourtesy! You would insult those who were personally invited to the royal castle.
No, that's not what...
Those invited by the Duke should be treated with all respect due to those invited by Her Majesty. I sincerely hope you have not forgotten that.
Understood.
Wow, she's intense.
I wonder who she is. But ma'am, we can't just allow them to pass. Surely you understand the reasoning, the reasons the Colonel laid out.
Yes, I am quite tired of hearing them repeated to me. I am terribly sorry, sir and madam. Security has been heightened, and as such the royal keep and its surroundings are off limits. If I may ask, would you mind waiting in your room until the dinner party begins? Alright.
That's fine, we'll do as you ask. I apologize, we weren't trying to cause any trouble. Fine then, just don't let it happen again. Safe return to you.
I apologize you were subjected to such dreadful behavior. My name is Hilda. I am the head maid of Grancel Castle. I oversee all the housekeeping duties. Aha!
We had a feeling.
Forgive my rudeness, but are we previously acquainted? Well, someone told us about you.
Handed Julia's letter to Hilda.
I know this handwriting. You see?
We also have our bracer emblems and identifications with us.
I see. Please, come with me to the maid's sitting room. We can discuss the matter further once we are there.
Make sure we have only prying eyes, hopefully.
I understand. You need to deliver Professor Russell's message to Her Majesty. Correct? Right. If now's not a good time, we can try later, but... No, it's not the issue. But those special ops men have had a royal keep under constant surveillance for some time now. Only the Duke, the Colonel, and hired attendants such as myself are allowed in. Which means a private audience is probably a no-go.
What do you think, Estelle? We could ask Hilda to relay the professor's message to Her Majesty.
No, I'd really rather speak to her face-to-face. There are just too many particulars we don't know, and we'd really need to discuss directly. Like what Duke Dunnan and Colonel Richard are after. Estelle and Joshua, I have a bit of an idea. Could I get you two to return here once the dinner party is over? Why?
Have you thought of a way for us to see Her Majesty?
I believe I have. I may be difficult, but I think it's worth a try. I'm going to need some time to get ready, so can you come back after the dinner party? Awesome!
Understood. We'll be back then.
I'll be waiting. Food prep is done, so I think we'll be serving shortly. For now, it's probably best you wait in your room.
Alright. Well, we got progress at least. Alright, so this is the bottom floor. I want to look around a little bit. Oh, so there's more maids here.
Just between you and me, but he has enough servants, but he keeps trying to convince Mistress Hilda to hire on more. No good either, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah, that's not great. The Duke. Head chef is a real pro, specializing in imperial cuisine. Over 1,000 dishes of it. In fact, he's simply amazing. Who's the Gordon Ramsay? The main course is complete. Our dinner's ready, we'll make sure everyone knows, and until then, your patience is greatly appreciated.
The rat problem around here is starting to get out of control. Can't stand rats either, so this really sucks for me.
I wonder if we can help with that. Should we go into the basement and see if we can fight some rats? What do they call these? Larders? This is such a big basement. Oh my gosh. Like, this is like as big as like 3 restaurants. And it's just for the palace's storage room. Oh. This is a restricted area. Suspicious individuals can and will be arrested on the spot, so watch yourself. That must be the barracks, or wherever the Royal Guard quarters that they've taken over. Entrance firmly sealed. Oh well. Maybe later. Oh wait, no. I can't go in here.
We'll be ready for dinner very soon. I'm sorry for the wait.
Oh, it's fine. I really don't mind. If anything, I'm appreciating it. It lets me. Okay, yeah. See, they're restricted over there. All right, I do think that's everything. So let's go back to the room and get the dinner party started. Hey guys, talk about being late. The party's about to start, you know.
Sorry. We got so caught up in sightseeing we lost track of time. Plus, we talked to all the mayors.
Huh, well, aren't we connected? We're close friends with the mayor of Roland. Plus, we've met the other mayors in the course of our travels. Ah, I see. I guess your work as bracers has caused you to meet quite a few big shots. You two sure get around for junior bracers.
You might say that. Have you done any bracer assignments since we came to Grancel? I guess it's not all that different in other countries, right?
Right. For full-fledged bracers, nationality isn't an issue when it comes to your work. The prelim fights and the legal procedures of the embassy kept me too busy to get any actual work done, though. But hey, there are 4 other bracers on duty too, which isn't so bad. Normally, it'd be enough to handle most cases, I'd imagine. But with all the with all them concentrated in Grancel, it must make it tough to handle any cases in other regions. Haha, yeah, could be.
I feel like a goose just walked over my grave. I wonder what's going on with Shara, back in Roland.
No, that name rings a bell. You wouldn't happen to be talking about Scheherazade, would you?
You know her.
She's our mentor, and she's a close friend for ages. Oh, okay, makes sense. I met her a long time ago when Cass brought her to Calvard. When a case brought her to Calvard. She was fortunate to have a good master working with her from such a young age.
Her master?
Yeah, probably Dad. Time.
Please pardon me, the table for dinner has been set. May I show you the way?
Sure, I was getting bored with waiting anyhow. Alright, wanna go and eat fancy?
Sure, that fight left me starving. Let's go dig in.
Come on, you two. It'd be nice if you two didn't completely forget your table manners for once.
This is a dinner party, right? What's with all the empty plates, then? Plenty of knives and forks, though.
That's because it's a formal dinner. Everything comes out in specific order, starting with hors d'oeuvres. Then you use a knife and fork at the outside in.
And that's all part of having good table manners. And here comes the anxiety attack. It really is not so bad. It does mean you get to have some of the finest food available. Manners and etiquette are secondary.
Indeed, indeed. I'm told you're acquainted with everyone who will be attending. No need to get stressed out.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
Please don't encourage her.
On that note, the gentleman accompanying you going to be okay with a knife and fork? I'm told that folks in the East usually eat with chopsticks.
You've done your research. However, I'm a firm believer in when in Liberl, do as the Liberalians do policy. And I'm not especially skilled with them, but I will use a knife and fork. I mean, it's hard not to be super unskilled. Maybe you won't be able to do like the pinkies up etiquette type stuff, but who cares?
My, how elegantly handled. I'm impressed. You're as much a gentleman as you are a martial arts champion.
Ha ha ha, you flatter me.
Boy, he really is a complete sucker for a pretty face.
I think he's more being polite than a leech, though. Anyway, Grancel, his grace is really late. Wonder what he's up to. Indeed. So if the seat at the head of the table's for the Duke, then who might the other one be for? Gonna be for, what's his name, the Major. Indeed. Perhaps it's intended for Princess Claudia. Your attention, ladies and gentlemen. My humblest apologies for the long delay. Oh yes, him. Presenting His Grace the Duke. I knew it! It's him!
Well then, I must apologize for making you wait so. I'm afraid I was in the meeting from which I simply could not break away. This gentleman is Colonel Richard, Commanding Officer of the Royal Intelligence Division. I have invited him here to thank him for his tireless efforts in helping to deal with the terrorist situation.
It's a pleasure to meet you all. I was quite gratified to be invited to this occasion by the Honorable Duke. I ask that you pardon my uncouth soldier's uniform and allow me to sit with you. We're like in our bracers attire. We're like the definition of uncouth.
You've got to be kidding me. We're having dinner with him?
I suspect that this might happen, but it's still unnerving. He has swept hair.
Ha ha ha! Excellent, excellent. What say you, Mayor Maybell? What do you think of Gransel's Castle, Master Chef? Is his cooking not on par with that found at Boys' Aunt Rose restaurant? Yes, it's quite remarkable. The wine selection also perfectly complements the meal. I almost want to try hiring him away. You are not the first to say such things. And what have you, then, wasn't it? Is the food to your liking?
Oh, it's excellent. I don't have the words to describe the sense of refinement and depth. I certainly believe I could develop a real taste for Liberalian cuisine, though.
Good. I'm glad to hear it. And you, young bracers? I imagine you've never experienced quite fine food in your life before. It's extremely delicious. Far more worthy of being associated with the royal family than the person who invited us.
Ha ha ha! Indeed, it is a genuine treat. Huh?
It certainly is delicious food. Estelle, shut up.
And we couldn't miss a chance to attend such prestigious an event as this. Thank you very much for your gracious invitation.
Ha ha! Very kind of you to say so. I do finally remember what my butler has been telling me about. We met before, during the Ruan incident. Perhaps our fates are linked in some bizarre fashion. Yes, sir. Maybe so. So he's forgotten all about us until the butler reminded him.
Good thing, because last time we saw him, Estelle tried to beat him to death.
Come, let us put social classes and ranks aside for the evening. Food is abundant and the wine flows freely. Enjoy your heart to your heart's content.
Your Grace, if we could, I'd like to do a discussion first.
Ah, yes, that's a fine idea. Actually, I have something important to say for you'll find folk who represent the kingdom. I use this celebration as a place to make an important announcement.
An announcement? And what might that be?
I believe I will allow Colonel Richie to explain in detail.
Thank you. As you are no doubt already aware, Her Majesty has been in poor health as of late. However, she's been recovering and may grace us with a public appearance soon.
Ah, that's excellent news.
Could we possibly go check in on her? Unfortunately, she does not consider that to be a wise decision at the moment. Within a few days, it seems likely the terrorists plaguing their kingdom will be swept away. In light of that, the Queen's birthday celebration will be held, as originally planned. How much you want to bet he's going to say that bracers are the terrorists and just purge them?
Well, the citizens will surely be happy to hear the news, as they have been looking forward to it. But surely that is not all you wish to tell us.
Right, if that were all, you could have just sent along a message. Indeed, you are correct. Her Majesty is continuing to recover as was previously stated, however. Given the gravity of her condition, she has also issued a proclamation. Due to her tenuous health, she has stated that she wishes to abdicate the throne and turn over royal authority to her nephew, Duke Dunnan.
Yeah, that's freaking stupid.
What the fetch? What?
Is this true?
Joshua, this is... Yeah, the conspiracy finally makes its appearance.
I was surprised when Her Majesty first broached the subject as well, but her illness has left her quite frail. But it's only natural. She has ruled the kingdom for 40 years, leading it through times of strife and war, all without a husband, might I add. Given that, I wish to relieve her of the stress of her duties following the festival's successful conclusion. As the heir to the throne, the decisions are mine to make.
How terrible. Her Majesty's condition truly that severe. I'm ashamed that I never noticed any signs in any of my annual visits.
It's this far too serious a matter to discuss at what is supposedly a casual dinner? Pardon my rudeness, but this all seems to be stretched credulity. Huh.
Mayor Maybell, are you saying that you cannot take his grace at his word?
No, nothing of the sort. I simply meant that as an elected official, I don't understand why the successor to the throne can't be elected at the same fashion.
That's true. If possible, I'd like to hear this directly from Her Majesty.
Huh?
Your unease is quite understandable. But we do ask you to try and maintain your composure and allow us to continue. As mentioned earlier, I believe Her Majesty will give a formal announcement herself during the festival. Could you be persuaded to shelve your doubts until then?
Well,
the issue is basically this. Once this becomes common knowledge, we cannot know how the citizens will react. This is why we're telling the leaders first, to help stave off any chaos or public disorder before it happens. This was also the decision of His Grace.
Well, yes, this is true.
Also, the Queen's abdication of the throne will have international repercussions. The other nations on the continent will have their eyes on us, and we must be watchful for any actions on the part of the Erebonians. Surely you can see why it is necessary to show unified support for the new king. This is the world in which we are going to be living.
Makes all sound so rational.
Yeah, he's quite the master manipulator. In other words, the official decree will be given during the birthday celebrations. But you thought it'd be best to inform us first so we can be prepared for any issues that may arise, correct?
I'm glad to see that we have an understanding.
If this all comes to pass, we're going to find ourselves quite busy.
Yes, and we'll have to announce it to the citizens.
I have a question. I believe that the Duke has a fair claim to the throne. However, is there not another who also has the same right of succession?
Well,
no doubt you're referring to Her Majesty's granddaughter, Princess Claudia. It is true that she and her grace have equal claim to the throne, but it would appear that Her Majesty did not choose her due to her tender age. And I must say I agree with her wisdom in this matter. I should hardly like to impose such a responsibility on a girl so young. Yes, absolutely. For the time being, I believe it would be best for Claudia to find a fine marriage prospect. Though it is strictly informal, there is already interest in the royal families of a number of other nations. Perhaps a royal wedding could take place as soon as this year.
Oh my.
I understand. If that happens, we will have two major events to celebrate. I honestly think she's a bit young for marriage. Excuse me, may I ask a question?
Tin. I don't mind. Speak freely.
Sorry to seem rude, but this doesn't sound like the kind of conversation you'd want outsiders hearing. Particularly a foreigner. So how come you're making this announcement now?
That is solely based on the serendipitous turn of events that allowed Bracers to win the championship. We'd wanted to inform the guild of this in advance anyway, as well. I've already discussed the idea with Her Majesty.
Gotcha. Guess Liberl's military and Bracers are just on just as good a terms as the stories say.
That's because we lack the military strength of the Empire or the Republic. The harsh reality is that keeping close relations with each other is a must. In any event, do you now understand our intentions? He basically said, like, the military is not strong enough, doesn't receive enough funding to just not have the Bracers here. But if we have an excuse to get rid of the Bracers, we could then force a draft, and that could fix it.
Yeah, alright. We'll pass on what we've learned here to the guild then. Man, I've heard some pretty unbelievable conversations in my time, but that was something else. I mean, I'm a foreigner after all, so it's not that big a deal for me. I bet that was huge news for you guys, though.
Of course it was! I can't believe things have gone this far already.
Huh?
Never mind. But really, what a shame. Our food was so amazing and it practically melted in my mouth. Couldn't tell what the last flavor was, though.
Understandable enough. But anyway, did you want to go for a walk to work off some of that rich food, Estelle?
Huh? Oh, yeah, sure. Yeah, I could go for a little bit of fresh air.
You played the tourist for a little while ago, now you want to take an after-dinner walk? I sure don't get it. Must be a local thing.
I think you're exaggerating a little bit.
You haven't gone out to take in the sights? There's a lot of historic architecture around here, you know. And the mood hits me, I may give it a shot. On the other hand, the kitchen may have some food left over.
You've got to be kidding. You're still hungry?
You ought to bet if you had a blade in my throat, my dying wish would be to fed some liquor and a snack. I might go hurry to a bar or something in a little bit. Alright, now, to the maid.
Things have gotten serious. We really have to find a way to get in to see Her Majesty.
First things first, we go talk to the head maid Hilda, like we promised. She'll probably know a way for us to speak directly to the queen.
Fine by me.
Let's go talk to the other rulers, though. I want to see what their opinions are. Seems the castle blueprints are missing, too. What do they need with those? Oh, no, they have the castle blueprints? Oh, that's terrifying. That's never good. Because if that gets into the hands of enemies, oh my gosh. The Colonel's points are all very logical and rational, but I believe he would best get the particulars from Her Majesty and Her Highness the Prince directly. Princess, I. can't believe the Queen's so worried she's considering abdication. And Princess Claudia choosing a husband at her age. Events are unfolding so quickly, I hardly have enough time to react. Agreed. It's freaking crazy.
What a shock this banquet has been. Duke Dunnan's an official successor to the throne. If anything could bring on a migraine, it's that.
I agree. Alright, let's go find the maid. Oh. Oh, it's you. What? Oh no. Colonel Richard. Haha. Estelle and Joshua. This is our first opportunity to truly speak face to face, I believe. The last time we saw each other was right after Mayor Dalmore was arrested, wasn't it? I'm honestly surprised you remember us. I realize that we exchanged a few words, but you made quite an impression on me. My curiosity was piqued, so I did a bit of checking up on you. I was quite surprised to learn that you were the children of Colonel Cassius.
How'd you find that out?
It's not like it's a secret, Estelle! Please understand, I'm not trying to show off the intelligence division's capabilities. It's not that hard! We've gone around telling everybody. I'm greatly indebted to him from our time in the army. Indeed, more than words can properly express. Might I persuade you to stay a while and talk? I've been hoping to speak with you two for quite some time now. Huh?
Pardon me, Colonel, but don't you have a meeting with His Grace?
I don't mind being a bit late. Ah, yes, if we're going to talk, why don't you use the lounge inside? I'll mix up a couple of virgin cocktails.
I'll prepare them, sir.
No, that won't be necessary. I want you to go to His Grace and inform him I'll be delayed.
Yes, sir.
Oh, she's pissed. Why is she so angry? Gulp.
Pardon me, then.
Now then, shall we retire to the lounge? Please follow me.
Joshua, what should we do?
I don't see why we have much of a choice but to follow him. We'll be a little late, but we can talk to the head maid later. Ugh. Oh boy. Oh boy. Sitting across from a jackal.
I met Cassius shortly after I graduated from the military academy.
I was assigned to a mobile unit that was under his command. And since that time, I found myself in his debt again and again, both personally and professionally.
He did? And, what do you think of him at the time?
To put it simply, he was a hero. And a master swordsman to boot. No matter the scenario, he could find a way to handle any number of battlefronts in every direction. It wasn't just a matter of sheer tactics. He understood and could direct high-level strategy as well. Quite simply, he was a man without peer.
If I don't know better, I'd say we were talking about two different people.
So you were with our father during the 100 Days' War? Yes, he was my CO. Even now, I can still vividly remember the excitement that filled me as he executed his plan to turn the war's tide. Anytime I get talking about those days, time just runs away with me. But this much I can tell you. If Cassius Bright had not been part of the Royal Army, Liberl would now be part of the Erebonian Empire.
No way! That's kind of hard to believe.
Well, as a hero, he had a knack for doing unbelievable things. He left the army immediately after the war, declining even a medal from the Queen. So few know of his achievements. But instead of the army, many soldiers still hold him up as a prime example of what a hero should be.
He never once said a word about any of this to me.
Well, it's not really the kind of thing you tell your daughter about. It's not fair to criticize him for that.
Hey, whose side are you on? And besides, why doesn't any of this shock you like it shocks me? Did you already know about all this or something?
Well, I didn't know he was a Colonel Richard's superior officer. The rest I knew about vaguely.
Vaguely? You're an accomplice!
Calm down. It's not like I told me any of it, I just figured out a lot of it out. He told me he didn't feel like it was something worth going on about in the way he tells, going out of his way to tell others about.
I just don't get it. When he comes back, he is so in trouble.
Please excuse us, we didn't mean to interrupt. No, seeing you like this is actually a bit of a relief. When I found out that your father was intending to leave the military, I desperately tried to stop him. But it seemed that by leaving, he did what was best for himself after all. After losing his dear wife, maybe being with you was all that could help him recover.
Colonel Richard,
Now then, I thank you for taking some time to come here. I really can't keep the Duke waiting, and I'm afraid you'll have to excuse me.
Oh, alright.
Our apologies for making you so late. Not at all. You both have told me one thing I wanted most to know, and thus I have no regrets. Huh? How's that again? I'm sure we have a chance to speak again soon. Cassius might even be with us then to share in the stories. That's ominous.
Okay. Who was that man, and what has he done with Colonel Richard?
What are you babbling about now?
It's just, it was weird to hear him talk about Dad that way. I wasn't expecting him to be so, well, nice.
True, he doesn't seem all that villainous anyway. Even so, it's pretty much a foregone conclusion that he's got something up his sleeve. For now, we should probably put the issue of Dad aside.
Yeah, guess you're right.
And I hate to say it, but I think he might have been playing nice just because he could get something out of it. He's an intelligence officer, so he probably thinks that fooling a couple of kids is easy as could be.
Don't you think that's going a little too far?
You might be right. Let me be the one who's mistrustful of others. You should probably follow your instincts and believe what you think is right.
Huh?
But just be sure you're prepared for anything. Don't let your guard down. I'd say a bracer's job is pretty much that, in fact.
Okay, I got it. I'll keep that in mind.
Thank you, Estelle.
Thank you? What the heck are you taking me for? Anyway, we need to go back and see Hilda. She's probably sick of waiting for us.
Yeah, we should be in the maid's quarters. Alright. So, interesting things to digest there. I'm not sure what Richard got from them. Like, he obviously was, like, fishing for information, and whatever he was fishing for, he got. Maybe the fact that we didn't know where he was? Or maybe he simply wanted to plant in our heads, like, a picture of himself in a favorable light, because he's hoping to get us on side, because I think he might be wanting to use us to pressure Cassius to work with him. Ideally, he'd want us to try to persuade him, like, just by being his kids and being like, hey, come on, like, this is the right thing to do. And at worst, he might use us as you know, pressure points. Yeah. Now, I'm going to go a little longer, at least. I think we still should go a little further. I'm going to save just in case. Because I don't feel like we should be done quite yet, but we're getting close to the point where I want to stop, so let's talk to the maid.
Oh, there you are. I've been waiting for you. You're awfully late, aren't you? Sorry about that. We kind of got caught by Colonel Richard. Did you now?
He had some things to tell us about our dad. I don't think he has any idea what we're up to, though.
I see. Ah, yes, the letter of introduction did mention you were Mr. Cassius's children. I can understand at least some of how Colonel Richard feels. Oh, did you know our dad, too? He used to come here when he worked as General Morgan's aide-de-camp. I'm told he was a school friend of the late Prince's, Her Majesty's son. Late Prince?
Princess Claudia's father.
Yes, he was killed 15 years ago in a tragic shipwreck. Would that he were still alive today, none of this would be happening. Huh? But lamenting what might have been is a fool's errand. Evening is fast approaching. We must make our preparations at once.
What?
Coming in, Cher.
Oh.
Oh, hey, aren't you? Cher, right? Yes, thank you for remembering. You look well, Estelle, Joshua. I've been told your current predicament. You won't find a more dependable child. She's a great help to us whenever the princess is in the castle. Princess Claudia.
That shouldn't pose a problem.
Thank you. If you're ready, we should go change into your uniforms. The ribbons and the headpiece are tricky, so I'll adjust them for you.
What? What do you mean? Oh, we're both gonna dress as servants. How much you want to bet Joshua's gonna reprise his feminine look?
Estelle's going to need a dress of one of the maids in order to keep up the royal get into the royal keep. A little playing with the hair, you'll blend right in. Oh, I get it.
Uniforms aren't allowed much in the way of personalization. That should be ideal for sneaking in.
Huh, me in a maid outfit. I've been waiting to try one on since we first met Lula. Cute, breezy, easy to move in. Well, if our uniforms were easy to move in, they'd make the cleaning much more difficult. I thought so. Well, let's get this sucker on me.
Why so excited? I'm glad you're in high spirits, but you need to remember your manners in front of the queen. You won't have me to lean on this time.
What? Why not? You're changing too, aren't you?
Pardon?
I mean, he did play the princess in the play at the campus festival. Is there really much of a difference between the fancy dress and the maid outfit?
That's different. It was a play. You can't appear before Her Majesty in women's clothes.
Oh, you'll be fine. It's not like it's all shameful or anything. Besides, you make such a gorgeous princess.
Not this again. Cut the jokes, will you? Hilda, Shay, help me out. Say something. Oh no. Anyone?
I see. That shouldn't pose a problem. Shay, don't you have that extra hairpiece designed for the princess? Yes, it's never been used though. He has that full dark hair, so it'd probably look good on him.
Hey, hold on a sec.
Well, looks like it's a 3-to-1 vote. Majority rules. This way, please. We can use the changing room.
Wait a minute. I don't remember agreeing to changing. No! No! Alright. If I have to change, I can do it myself. Shay, you're not planning on using makeup too, are you?
Kids these days.
Yes. Oh no. Aw. Estelle looks fantastic.
Oh my. Ta-da!
She looks great.
What do you think? I think it suits her very well. Such a bright, attractive maid in training, and only after just coming to the castle too, you certainly have me convinced. And with the hair down like that, no one will believe any the wiser. Perhaps you'd like to work at Grancel Castle for real when all is settled. Well, we already work as bracers, so, anyway. Come on, Joshua, get out here.
He's like, no chance I can talk you out of, no chance I can talk you out of this?
Not at all. You're just making this take longer.
Fine. You're impossible sometimes. Here he comes. Here he comes. Oh my gosh, he's beautiful. Oh, he's so good. Oh, and the picture. What's this? Yes. Yes. It's... Joshua, it's not your fault you have such beautiful cheekbones.
Wow, it's almost frightening how good that looks. Isn't it awesome? It looks better on him than it does on me, and I'm an actual girl. A bit of makeup can make all the difference in the world.
Please, just say you're done.
Well, I suppose so. I'll show you the way to the royal keep. You need to make certain you watch me and learn how a maid handles herself. Yes, ma'am. We're finally gonna meet the queen in person.
Yes, this is do or die moment. We just have to stay focused and get to the royal keep.
It's hard to take you seriously, that outfit.
Well, excuse me. This was your idea. I can't believe you got the nerve to pick on.
Sorry. Don't get all mad. I'll treat you some ice cream later, okay?
Huh, it's not like I'm not like you. I'm not obsessed with food.
Hey, I'm not obsessed with food.
They get along so well, don't they? We're out of time. Let's get to the royal keep. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Here we are. Look at us. Look at us. I'm playing as a maid this time. Okay, you know what? We are going to stop here. I think I could go a little longer, but come on. We have to treasure this. We have to, and hopefully I'm better because like I've got to be able to nail it. Look at us. Look at it. It's so beautiful. I also want to get in combat because I want to see Joshua fighting a maid outfit, but I'm guessing it's not going to happen. I wonder if we can go talk to some of the other guests before we leave. We probably shouldn't, but I kind of want to. I'm guessing it won't let us, but it'd be really fun. Anyway, thank you so much for being here today. Thank you so much for joining me. I think this is a perfect place for us to end. Maybe a little shorter, just a lot of good stuff happened, but oh, the joy of the current moment is washing out the horror that is like Colonel Richard dictating as a puppet master, getting everything he possibly wants done, and manipulating who he wants on the throne when, and all of that. Terrifying. And castle blueprints going missing, the Hacken Gate literally going just crickets when it's like an integral part of national security. it's just horrifying. And the black orb is somewhere on the premises, I'm guessing. Oh, it's just a nightmare. But yeah, I imagine we're going to get a lot of intensity coming next week. So next episode's probably going to get real crazy real fast. Because how much you want to bet? I'm going to make a prediction here. Okay. We're going to go. We're going to have a meeting with the queen. Maybe even the princess. We're going to try and leave. We're going to be able to get dressed. Then something's going to happen in the middle of the night. And how much you want to bet we're going to have to escort, if we can't get the queen, at least the princess, out of the castle. I had this, like I mentioned immediately, I walked into the throne room and I was like, there's a secret passage here. I'm like 90% sure that's true. And if not that, there was the door in the cellar. Easily could be a passage as well. It just seems too coincidental. And with all the big open spaces, I was thinking it might have a reprisal of the stealth mechanics where we have to like weave our way through patrols. Absolutely could make an appearance again. With so much space, it could make it really interesting to try and have to like, especially that rooftop terraces. Like I imagine that would be like the hardest place, and we have to try and like negotiate our way through there. But yeah, so that's my guess for the next week. But no spoilers. But hopefully you enjoyed this episode as much as I did. Thank you so much for being here. I'm glad I made it through. My voice is starting to give out. Another reason why I'm going to end here, because I don't know if I could keep this up much longer. So thank you for your patience with this. I look forward to being able to share this from you, and like hopefully by the time we record next week, I'll feel better. Dang it. But for now, I'm gonna edit. I'm gonna give my voice a break. So thank you so much. Until then, if you do watch me or see me next, I'll see you there.